Turning Point is sending its money. We see that a lot of money, $8,560,625, is being sent to America's Turning Point. They are sending it to their own shell company. Now, this is not necessarily illegal, except for the fact that the financial statement for the other organization is missing. We cannot see how this $8.6 million is being spent. This is very important because there are strange variances around this money. I have pulled the last 5 years of 990 forms for Turning Point USA. Here is a table with contributions compared with the largest expense, which are the grants from Schedule I. You can immediately see a strange dip between 2022 and 2023. This dip happens because in prior years, they were sending money to Turning Point Endowment. They were transferring millions of dollars. This stopped in 2021, and they started ramping up sending money to America's Turning Point. Let's break this down. First,
shout out to the homie Zach. Wolves in Finance. Shout out to you, bro. Stay the course. Doing amazing work over there. This has been bothering me for a couple of days now. And because I'm up and I'm awake, I figure I'd shoot the show and get it off. Be done with it. If we go back and we look at the organization, they had a face and a brand, right? That face was the brand. They were synonymous with each other, right? But that face was no longer there. Right? Why were people still donating to it? Like what were you donating for? And I had to stop and think about it. He set it up that way. He set it up that way. That regardless of anything happens to him, the brand still moves on. Because the brand had a mission, right? And I said to myself, there must be a psychology behind this. A known psychology. Something that's known about how people are attracted to these things. Lo and behold, there is a psychology behind donations. Why nonprofits receive this massive amount of donations. It's that back to that feeling that we spoke about. We're over there by Witching Hours. Was it Witching Hours? Maybe not Witching Hours. But we was over there by RLV. Shout out to Red. There's a psychology to it. They people donate to these things because they feel like they're helping a cause, right? They're being a part of it. They're part of the movement. They're saving something. They're fighting against something at the same time. They trust the brand, they trust the name, the faces, the personalities that represent the brand, that they're attracted to them. They feel like they're a part of something and they're useful to the cause. That's the psychology, right? But they don't need it though. We see these crazy numbers that they generated. Not while he was alive, but after he was removed, right? Executed. Removed from the census. We see the numbers generated through merch. Right? We heard her say it for herself out of her own mouth. You know, all of the dirty work is coming out. Yeah. That's why they're under this microscope. the microscope is there because nothing has made sense since his execution, bro. Nothing has made sense about that whole organization. Not one thing. That's why people are pulling this apart. Just that simple. The numbers not making sense. Behavior's not making sense. Stories not making sense. This whole thing is pulling itself apart. People are pulling back layer by layer, and they're finding more and more. And the more you find, guess what? The more you're gonna dig. I still have the video, as a matter of fact. I still have the video. I was speechless for that to be the topic of conversation. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you that this is the grieving widow, which doesn't sound like a grieving widow, right? Anyway, all this is allegedly, right? Who knows? It's all alleged, and these are all just thinking pieces. Why do you feel? Okay, hold on. Why do you feel like you're the type of guy to buy fake money to throw at homeless people to give them live? What? Okay, appreciate it. That was weird.
That's weird.
Nice try though. She's supposed to be the grieving widow, but her behavior doesn't speak like it, right? So people start to look. I start to look. And I start to look. And lo and behold, where there's smoke, there's fire. People aren't wrong about what they found. I just don't get it. Like what's still the alluring factor, right? Like what's the allure factor that's still there? You don't even have to look hard to figure this out anymore. Why do people still give and donate to something that we know is flawed, right? Okay, I got a video right here. Hold on. Let me pull it. This is definitely different. It's different for sure. Me.
Team was, I will fight like hell to make sure that all of you have a job here. I don't want anyone to think their job's in jeopardy because your family, if you choose to leave, that's different. I never will. And I promise you, I will make sure that I never allow a point to where you have to leave because we cannot financially afford you. And that is a promise. I want our family to stay together the best it can. Obviously, circumstances, there's unforeseen things that might pop up here and there that we can't foresee in the future. But for right now, the way things are, I would like to remain if they are status quo. And I think that's the best thing to do.
People that are leaving are like, it was just like a cult. Like basically she's saying this, she's calling you a family. She promises them. That's why it's important you have to hold this to the fire. You're not a CEO. You promise these kids that if they are going to work harder, you're in this family, your jobs are safe. Actually, that's what makes her cry. Saying your jobs are, that's when she breaks, right? When she says, it's so important to know your jobs are good. Like I feel emotionally attached to you guys working for me. And then you attach that to what we showed you of a young woman who, like I said, on everything, I never leaked. She never leaked anything. She never spoke to me, nothing, gets fired. And for asking a simple question, like literally, why am I fired? We've been working like 25 hours, just get out.
I'm not going to walk out of here until I say my piece. Like, I mean, y'all know this. I just worked a series of 80, 90-hour weeks plus for AmFest.
Yeah, I think
I've had no direction or explanation since we've come back. Our CEO has been assassinated. I've done nothing but bend over backwards for this organization to the point where I'm wondering if this is a prank.
it's not a prank.
Her husband was publicly assassinated.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, this is a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet. I didn't know they could do that. I hate Zoom. I never like Zoom. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken for you guys as much as it is for our family. You guys lost not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved. You loved listening to his show.
If you guys do need anything, please reach out to whoever you know to reach out to. And pray with one another, be there with one another, be soft with them and one another. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that. Weddings and funerals bring out the weirdest side in people. Just anyone who's been married knows that. And so don't read into that. Just love on each other. Deep breaths. Usha, I just want to share this with you all. I asked her when we were on the tarmac. I said, I don't know.
None of this lands. Bro. By this point, people was already on her heels and digging into the TPUSA drama and scandal. I'm looking for the specific one. She talks about the merch and all this other weird shit. Like, what are we talking about? There's a specific video I had stashed in here where she's talking about the merch sales. It comes across very greedy. It gives greed. Doesn't give grieving. It gives greed. Right? That the focus is on the money. That's how it came across. I don't care who you are, how you saw it. That's your perspective. My perspective, it came across as greed. The bullshit, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Unequivocally, bro. And I'm still kind of stuck in this phase where I'm wondering why people donate and believe even after there's been forensic data pulled off of their documents. So we could say, well, we perceive her behavior incorrectly. Fair enough. Millions of people that live an everyday real life, they meter is off. Cool. Live with that. Our meters off to when you look at hard up documents, right? Women lie, men lie. But isn't it saying numbers do not lie? Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm with you. Freestyle, you absolutely correct. He says Charlie was alive. Yeah. It's so many parts to this that is just so it's grimy, dog. And we're not gonna be here long. I just had to chop this up real quick. But I wanted to bring this point up right here. Candace brought up a point a while ago. And the point was along the lines of if you were a donor, right? You donated your hard-earned money, right? You go to work, you work your 9 to 5. You're 9 to 9, you're 7 to 7, whatever. And you decide to support this organization. you come to find out that the organization isn't doing square business. Danks pulled it out. Wolf of Finance pulled it out. Raw material. You can see for yourself. It was so bad that they ended up writing Wolf, which is Zach, a letter. Cease and desist letter. That's how heavy it got. That's how real it got. That when he did a forensic look at the papers, the documents, the tax forms, the 990 forms, all these different forms, this shit looked wonky. Are people of the mindset that they're willing to be ignorant to reality just so they can feel good for a second? I refuse to look at the facts and data and truth simply so I could feel good that I did something. Even though something's in the back of my mind telling me something's wrong, I'm gonna still go ahead and donate. I'm convinced she's a dog. That's more than a honeypot, but yes, that is an agent. That is a siren. That archetype right there is the Marilyn Monroe archetype, right? You can't say there is no attraction or lure to her, right? That's there. The highlight, right? Always surrounded by powerful people in position, right? Always. Marilyn Monroe. I already shot that show. I think I need to do a deeper dive on it. I really do. Jihanda. I think I need to do a deeper dive on that archetype. But pound for pound, that is an archetype. But what the archetype really thrives off of, not just the sexual nature, right? The sexual nature is there. The looks, the hair, the glamour, the it's there. That's there. What they thrive off of is people looking up to them, people looking at them. That's the power dynamics, right? That's where a lot of their strength comes from. That's where a lot of their allure and the deep rooted attraction comes from. Not just because they look a certain way, right? Remember when Marilyn Monroe sung "Happy Birthday, Mr. President"? Shit went through the roof. Everybody knows that happened. Every single person knows that she sung that song in that tone in that way. She sung that song the same way she goes on stage and has these speeches and these riffs. That's where her strength is coming in at. That's her attraction point. If you fall for it, obviously. I think I'll deep dive it some more though. Majority of the siren archetypes are female performers though. Well, how is Erica a performer? She's a pageant queen. Are they not up there on stage performing? Rihanna is another one. Marilyn Monroe's another one. If you catch my drift, they have a sex appeal to them, but it's words that they use to actually captivate. The words are the trickery point. It's called a siren. I might look at that. I might I might do a deeper expose on that one. But we're not gonna be here long. So let's shout out to the homie Danks, the original dankster. Y'all know keeping it dankster. Dankster's dope as shit. Out here doing God's work. You hear me? The succubus. Succubus is definitely one too. I said that earlier. Right. That is the turning point. Upturn it. Yep. Well said.
Bruh.
Well said. Absolutely. I'm tracking what you're saying.
The same emotional temperature pointed at the same target. That is not independent thinkers reaching the same conclusion. That is a tree. It's a phone tree. That's talking points memos like you saw in the email or the alleged email that I showed you. That is a response framework designed to make you feel like asking questions is an act of cruelty. Look, I don't think that this would have been such.
So what he's talking about is the campaign that's launched against Candace Owens. Like it's legitimately a campaign. People that legitimately getting paid to do this shit. That's what he's talking about. I skipped past it so we could get to the part that I wanted to talk about tonight.
Such a big explosion of a conversation if Erica didn't become the CEO now of Turning Point USA. Now, I've come to my multiple reasons possibly why. It's my handle is the same as my dankster intel. Now, these talking points, this framework, the act of cruelty to ask questions, I don't think would have been as intense. But again, when you look at the Form 990 showing GGLF life insurance policy paying out tens of millions of dollars, the strangeness behind that, if you haven't seen, go on my channel after this in the videos and look at the insurance policy. That's a very interesting situation because it shows Form 990 that TPUSA gave a loan of $350,000 to open a private life insurance for Charlie Kirk's private company. And then I don't know. I mean, you got to go watch it because the person who claims a life insurance or who owns a policy, to how I see it, it says president or CEO of Turning Point USA. It doesn't say Charlie Kirk. Now, it could just mean Charlie Kirk in a way written on Form 990s. I'm not an IRS auditor, but you should check out the video for sure. But everything that I claim is sourced, or has been verified to most extents. And it's not cruel to ask questions about a $100+ million, 200, 300, 500, I don't know, however many, $500 million company that's tax exempt, subsidized by American taxpayers, you, me, my family, everybody in it, and all of yours and everybody in it. We all, I mean, whoever, it's subsidized, tax exempt, taking in hundreds of millions of dollars. And you've got the likes of companies like Stacey Sheridan's company. You've got Olympic Media taking 73.4% of the donation as a commission. Stacey Sheridan doing strange things with commissions while being paid as an employee to raise money. So there's a lot of interesting things happening there. It's not cruel to read government filings out loud. It's not cruel to notice when a person really, when a narrative doesn't add up. So while the rest of the internet picks sides today, like Shapiro versus Candace, or Graham versus Candace, or Erica versus the world, or vice versa. I'm just going to do what I always do and read you what I know, tell you what I know. And every claim that I make, again, is sourced. So, and if it's not something that I've sourced personally, it's information that you should know about or that you have seen in the past. Not you should know about like me delivering it to you, but you should already know about it. So I want to start with something small because in my experience, studying documents, studying organizations, studying the way people who have something to hide actually behave in a different certain way, right? The small things are really the most diagnostic. The small lies you can tell more about a person, and the big ones are almost it's strange. It's almost like the small lies are bigger than the big lies in my eyes. Because big lies require a lot of planning.
He about to explain this so simple. It's about to make a whole lot of sense, G. When he said this, I was like, oh shit. He about to make something so simple and so easy.
Sometimes more people. Big lies require infrastructure. Big lies get work shipped and polished and run through lawyers. But small lies are reflective, you know? It's almost like they come from the gut. They are the factory setting. They are the place a person goes when the truth is mildly inconvenient and they don't even think about how they're telling it. So let's start with a small lie. December of last year, I believe it's December, Erica Kirk sits down for CBS News town hall, which is national television. And it wasn't a podcast. It's not a quick social media hit. This was CBS. All right. We know who owns CBS, right? So millions of people were watching, cameras everywhere, a moderated conversation broadcast to the country. And the host asks about her life before Charlie. And the simple question really was asked, like who you were before Charlie. The question of pretty much every public figure gets asked, the kind of question that has a simple, true answer, typically, maybe a few sentences or a small paragraph. Erica Kirk looks into the camera and says that she never dated. She says she watched her roommate date and that it was very strange, or she says that she doesn't drink. She represents herself on national television as a woman who went straight from her parents' house to Charlie Kirk's arms. No detours, no history, no past. The perfect traditional wife, trad wife, the woman who stood on stages across the country and called boss babe culture antithetical to the gospel. Beautiful story, beautiful image of that person. The kind of narrative that makes donors open up their checkbooks and makes evangelical audiences fall in love. Except the internet remembers things. It's actually undefeated. The internet is undefeated. We all know that.
So we all know she lied, et cetera, et cetera. That was a bunch of shit. None of it makes sense at the end of the day, right? My whole thing about it is this. The draw to TPUSA is gone. The feeling of TPUSA is not. It does not. It looks like it's anti-Charlie. I don't see how people don't see it. And that's why I think people have to know shit. Take a honest, this isn't subconscious. Take a conscious effort to not see it so they could still behave in the way they want to behave for their own personal feelings. You really think TPUSA needs your money? I'll be honest. If nobody donated, all the everyday people that work 9 to 5s do not donate. Keep their money in their pocket. You think that stop the millionaire investors from investing? The people that Charlie Kirk specifically said he does not want to deal with because they live up to every stereotype out there. You think they wouldn't invest tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars? You think that would not still have happened? Did you donate because you felt like you wanted to chip in on his funeral? You feel like you feel like you need to chip in on the memorial fee for the red carpet and the drapes and the fireworks? Is that what you feel like you still need? There was no need to donate anything, especially when you look at it now and you see what it is today. You should ask for a refund. That's what Candace was drawing at. Refund. Request a refund for your money because this is not what you signed up for. This is not the same thing. But she said, "Do you know this?" Yeah. Yep, I know that. I have the pictures of it. I have the pictures from. Yeah, I know that. Hold on, I got it stashed in here somewhere. Let me scroll. Yeah, I got it stashed in here somewhere. I'll show you the picture from the movie. I got it in here somewhere. As soon as I find it, I'll show you. But today looks absolutely nothing, absolutely zero, like what it was supposed to be. Right, the thing that you fell in love with. Is that what it looks like today to you? Or see you from aggregated after you trash, bro. I need to clean these bookmarks up too. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got it in here somewhere. I'm still scrolling, but I'm talking. But if it's not the same organization, if the organization that you trusted to do this, behave this way, carry on with this type of demeanor, if it switches up on you, do you not have the right to say, yo, I want a refund because this ain't what it is? You think you think TPUS do you think TPUSA right now, the people in there, are confused about them not actually following the same direction that Charlie was going into? Jesus have mercy. This thing deep in the archive, boy. Are we gonna act like they don't know what they're doing is anti Charlie Kirk? But look at this shit. People are so sick.
Anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. 5 stages of grief. Denial.
6 stage of grief is merch. People out here crazy. Oh damn. This is what Candace was talking about today. I'm gonna show it right now. Candace was talking about this today. This is what she was talking about. This right here is what she was talking about. Yeah, look how crazy that is. It's in the vault. Already stacked. It's crazy when you hear things that kind of solidify, validate that you ain't off your rocker. You feel me? Jesus, where is this thing? This is deep in the archive. That's my favorite one right here. That's my shit. Oh, this is in the thumbnail. Crazy. Where's that damn movie clip, bro? Have mercy. Oh. Getting close. I think we're getting close. This is her and Buddy right here. It's going to the auction, but not auction, the audition. That's the audition joint. Boom, here we go. That's a picture from the movie right here. Yeah. Yeah, right. Because y'all need it. Did people think they was donating to help them get buried or something? Because they need it. Do you really think they need it? Come on with the game, bro. Come on with the game, man. This how much shit is in the archive, dog. Jesus Christ. I gotta clean this archive up. Like, have mercy. That's Gaza. Yeah, that's archive diesel. I got way too much in the archive. The TPUSA, Fuller did it and Charlie. Bruh. Where's here we go. Jesus Christ. Here we go right here. That's her right there in the movie. Brock confirmed this photo is from an unreleased film, November Renaissance. Erica Franzi starred in a role with sniper scenes, reported confirmed involvement. Boom, right there. All right, there you go. It sits right there, bro. It's right there. I don't see how people still fuck with them when they're so anti what Charlie stood for. How you tell people to fuck with Charlie, but then you do everything against anti-Charlie, right? Strong woman, I still am. But that's it. I just wanted to get that off. Have a little thing session real quick. It's when people just stop and take a quick glance at how nonprofits and donations work, I think people will stop donating. Right? We do our in-out, we do village donations in here. We did a whole blanket drive already. The next one's gonna be probably socks and underwear. Not too sure yet. Maybe socks and underwear. Who knows? Right? But this small channel and this small community could come together and make impact. This small community could come together and make impact, right? It's this small community came together. We said 30, we said 30 days. Everything we make, everything we put inside the till in 30 days, me personally, I matched it. We did a blanket drive. Still sitting on more bread from our first one. We didn't even have to do a second one because we got enough bread from the first one. We have enough bread put away from the first one. We could do a whole sock drive. Just go out there and buy an ass of socks and give them out. What's the next drive? It's either gonna be socks or drawers, bro. Food is hard to do because food requires personnel, making the sandwiches, putting the bags together, getting out in the street, going hand to hand. Like that takes mad people, and all of us we so separated, right? It'd be confusing to do it. So I think we'll do another clothing joint. Blankets are done because that was winter time. Let's push for my idea is socks or underwear. To be honest, clean socks feels good. Also does clean underwear feel good, and it's about to start warming up. So I think mostly I'm leaning towards underwear. So you don't need a lot of people, bro. These people have thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of people, right? And it turns out that it makes no difference in the community for real. But over here in the village, we do what we can, and we take what we have, and we do for people who don't have, the less fortunate. Just that simple. Dude. I think when people start looking at donations and these big nonprofits and et cetera, and how it works out, I think people will stop. I think people really will stop donating to these fucking things when they see the psychology and they see how it really works. It's like if I don't do it, somebody else is still gonna do it. Especially when you talk about political groups, right? Which TPUSA already got jammed. Well, they should have gotten jammed for because they can't be political, right? They violated one of those laws as a nonprofit. I can't remember which one was. I can't remember exactly which one it was. It was either TPUSA or one of they subsidiaries, right? Either way. But one of them are not allowed to take a political stance, meaning they can't be a liberal or conservative, which they did. But they call it like outreach or education, voter education or voter outreach or whatever the case was. But that's not what it was. It was pretty much what you call influencing. They pretty much was influencing the vote. Right? You can't do that. And then the manner they went about it was insane. There's testimonies about this shit out there. So it's not like you could just take my word for it and run with it. But like what Trend said, just do a little bit of research for yourself. Just take a glance and ask about it. But gang, I think that's it, man. I just want y'all to be. I had to get that off too, right? Talk about it a little bit more outside of my own brain. It's all. It's scammy as shit. I remember feeding the kids. Yeah, that was who was that? What company was that? You could feed this person here for 12 cents a day. That's less than I know exactly what you're talking about. Then you had the animal one. Come on, bro. These people don't need your money, bro. If you wanna take your hard-earned money and do something with it, bro, do something for yourself, right? Do something for the homeless people that's in your community down the street. Go buy a loaf of bread. Go buy a pack of sandwich meat. right? Go buy a little thing of singles, you know? Most likely you already got Ziploc. If you don't got Ziploc, you got saran wrap, right? The little clear wrap. Go make you a couple sandwiches. Go hand them out. And you could do that for like easy $15. You could probably get a nice a bunch of sandwiches out of that. If you want to do something, if you have the urge to give, the urge to show your compassion for people that are less fortunate than you in your scenario, then you could do it that way. You don't have to give to these organizations where you have no control or no say so of the fucking money, or you don't even know where the money really going. Stop and think about it. Stop and think about it. You'd have no idea once you give them that check what happens to it. No clue. You just trusting in somebody else to go do something. If you care, right? When you go make your grocery, buy 2 extra bread, right? Buy 2 extra packet of meat, extra packet of cheese, right? And then if you at Costco, shit, if you had a Costco card, you're in the game. A Costco card, a Sam's card, where you could buy shit in bulk, you in the game. You a dead ass in the game. Right? You knew exactly where your money went. You knew who received it. You know when they received it. You labored in love. Right? Your labor of compassion for your fellow man. It's there. It's written right there in front of you. Because you did it. We got money for what we can't feed the poor. Say that shit, bro. Rest in peace to the great Tupac Shakur. It don't make sense, right? Like things that it doesn't make sense. We just seeing all these budgets getting slammed through Congress, budgets getting signed off for all these ops, all these military joints, DHS and military complex money and all these monies is going for. But you tell me you still got homeless people? Tell me hunger's still a thing? Come on. It's crafted that way, right? At this point, we just have to be honest and say it's created that way for a reason. My people die from their lack of knowledge, bro. I don't think that they ever saw this type of pushback, right? I don't think they ever saw the type of pushback. Because if they did, real talk, pound for pound, they probably would not have done it. Because ain't nobody fucking with them. Nobody buying the bullshit they preaching. Nobody listen to the shit that they say. People actually looking at them real weird right now. The same way people looking at the government real weird right now, they're looking at TPUSA real weird right now. Oh, look at that. Peace in the pod. Yeah, y'all know it's a love thing, bro. Hit the buttons on the way out of the town square. All is clean and all is fair. Y'all know you're more than welcome to kick it. You hear me? Y'all know you're more than welcome to speak your mind. Excuse me. You know y'all more than welcome to come up and have a good time, bro. Y'all know it's a love thing from here to there. The town square where all is clean and all is fair. Y'all know it's a love thing. He and I is him. Slim, trim, and I'm built to it. And this is Granny's baby numero uno. Flaca Fuerte. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Hey, yo, Jesse, big salute to you, bro. You know you're more than welcome, dog. You sound like you got a whole lot of sense. You feel me? And that's the thing we promote over here, sensible conversation. Agree or disagree is not the point. But, you know what I'm saying? It has to make some sense out here in these streets. That's it till the morning time. I see y'all in a few. That's when I'm gonna shoot the Candace, Bongino, Graham, Alan. That's tomorrow. I shoot that one tomorrow, and then I don't know what I'm gonna shoot in my late show tomorrow. But either way, y'all know it's a love thing. Algorithm kicking my ass right now because I've been ghost for so long, but it is what it is, G. I'm gonna fire something up soon. Hey man, love yourself. You can love the people that surround you and take care of yourself so you can take care of the people that surround you. Y'all already know. This thing in life. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Train every day. Like the marathon is tomorrow. When you're ready, you know, get ready. You hear me? This ain't to be scared. This is all to be prepared. Peace. One love.